Alright, what's up guys? Just finished training forearms, abs, and hit some cardio, hit 20 minutes on the step mill. So I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks to build up your forearms. I feel like mine are alright, compared to my upper arm, but everybody would like bigger arms, and that includes forearms. And if you think about it, forearms are pretty important, especially if you're a guy. When you're wearing a t-shirt, your forearms are out, your forearms exposed, so you don't want to have these little noodle, stringy forearms. Forearms kind of represent like a powerful man type of thing, especially if you got good vascularity and everything in them too. So usually if you look at people who have awesome forearms, people like plumbers, mechanics, people who work with their hands a lot. So just some tips and tricks today, guys, to help you build up your forearms if you don't do one of those jobs as your everyday job. I don't, but my forearms have always been kind of halfway decent, and I think there was a point in time, that my forearms were actually bigger than my upper arms. So my upper arms have come a long way. They're probably like 12s. But anyways, just some tips and tricks for you guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy. So guys, I'm going to show you a whole variety of exercises to hit your forearms with. You obviously don't have to do all of these in the same workout, but just giving you a bunch of different exercises to choose from. So the first one here, one of my favorite forearm and biceps, just an overall arm exercises, would be the Zak-Man Curls. So this is something that has been pretty much forgotten. A lot of people don't do it, and I will say that this is definitely one of my favorite exercises. I really like it. It works both the biceps and the forearm pretty well. And you can really overload the forearms by doing a standard curl. You do a twist at the top and then lower slowly, and it really hits your forearms pretty good. Next up here, I just used the cable preacher bench that we have in my gym. I don't normally use this for anything else other than forearms, actually. Just doing some regular wrist curls, and then switch over and do some reverse wrist curls. So it's pretty good. You have constant tension throughout the whole range of motion, throughout the whole exercise. And one of the best things to remember when you're hitting your forearms, just like anything else, is that you want to make sure you're focusing on that contraction, getting a good stretch in the muscle, and that you're feeling the exercise. So if you can't feel the exercise, either you're trying to move too much weight, you're going too heavy, or you're probably not performing it correctly, and you should evaluate your form. But it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Doing this exercise, just you could just copy my form here, and by the end of 3 sets of this, and then after doing 4 or 5 sets of the Zak-Man curl, my forearms were already getting pretty pumped. Next exercise I did was behind the back wrist curls. This exercise is extremely easy. And also targets your forearms really well. So it's really easy to perform. You can just grab a barbell behind your back and simply let the bar roll down into your fingertips a little bit, and then curl them up and curl your palm up and just squeeze your forearm. So really easy, and a great way to overload your forearms with more weight, because you can handle a lot more weight on this exercise than you could doing it a different way. So then I moved into reverse curls, and obviously this does also work your biceps too, but does really hit your forearm, and you can make it an even more difficult forearm exercise by moving your thumb to the same side of the bar as your other 4 fingers, and just kind of takes like a thumbless grip on the bar. It really makes you work your grip and squeeze your forearms, and makes the exercise a lot more difficult. I don't normally hit this many forearm exercises in a row, so by this point I was pretty wiped out and my forearms were on fire. Next is pretty standard wrist curl. I prefer to use dumbbells, because with barbells you're kind of locked into both hands and wrists being in one position, and this allows them both to move freely. So did the standard wrist curl, turn them over, and then did the reverse wrist curl. And as I said, my forearms were pretty smoked by this point. The last exercise is going to be a pretty popular one in the gym, the hammer curl. But if you look at my grip, I'm holding the dumbbell closer to the bottom, not the top. So you don't hold it like that. Hold it closer to the bottom. And the reason for this is you actually have to engage your grip, squeeze your hands to hold onto the dumbbell. When you let the dumbbell sit on the top part of your hand, you're not really engaging the grip, and you're taking away from yourself some of the benefits of the exercise. So you can do the standard hammer curl as I'm doing here, or you can switch and you can do the hammer curls that a lot of people do across the body. But the key is, just like any other exercise, you don't want to be, engaging a lot of swinging, a lot of heaving and hoeing. You want to really focus on, letting the arm go down, getting a good stretch, and coming all the way up and getting a good contraction and not swinging the weight like crazy. Another little tip for you guys is when you get to the bottom of the exercise at the lowest point, squeeze your tricep. That'll actually stretch your bicep out a little more and will help you get the most out of this exercise. So that's it for the forearm training. Hope you guys liked it and were able to learn something. If you have any questions, comments, hit me up below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already.